حي على الصلاة حي على الفلاح
إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا ومن يضلل فلا هادي له وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن سيدنا وحبيبنا محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم نصح الأمة وكشف الغمة وجاهد في الله حق جهاده حتى تلقى الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله حق تقاته ولا تموتن إلا وأنتم مسلمون فكن من نفس واحدة وخلق منها زوجها وبث منهما رجالا كثيرا ونساء واتقوا الله الذي تساءلون به والأرحام إن الله كان يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله وقولوا قولا سديدا يصلح لكم ما لم يخلقنا عبثا وآخى بيننا وأمر بالدين واتباع أوامره واجتناب نواهيه فقال الله سبحانه وتعالى إنما المؤمنون إخوة فأصلحوا بين أخويكم وقال عز من قائل واذكروا نعمة الله عليكم إذ كنتم أعداء فألف بين قلوبكم فأصبحتم بنعمته إخوانا وكنتم على شفا حفرة من النار فأنقذكم منها. وهذه الآية نزلت في الأنصار في الأوس والخزرج الذين كانت بينهم حروب والعداوات سنوات كثيرة، وعندما وصل النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم إلى المدينة ماذا فعل؟ آخى بين المهاجرين والأنصار وأصلح بين الأوس والخزرج، فكان من أفضل النعم التي نزلت بأهل مدينة، حتى قال بعضهم ما كنا نرى إخواننا في الدم أولى من إخواننا في الإسلام، فكانوا يفضلون الإسلام قبل الأخوة الدموية. لماذا؟ لأن الله سبحانه وتعالى هو الذي ألف. لذلك قال الله سبحانه وتعالى ولو أنفقت ما في الأرض جميعا ما ألفت بين قلوبهم ولكن الله ماذا ألف. عباد الله، تأسيا بهذه النصوص الكريمة أقول ما سمعتم وأستغفر الله لي ولكم من كل ذنب خطيئة فاستغفروه إنه هو الغفور الرحيم. الحمد لله الذي جمع القلوب على طاعته وألف بين عباده بالمودة والعبادة. We give praise to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We salute our Prophet sallam. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said in the glorious Quran, إِنَّمَا الْمُؤْمِنُونَ إِخْوَةً. Indeed, the beloved brothers are brotherhood. We are supposed to be seen together. We are supposed to be doing things together. We are not supposed to be doing our things separately or serving divisions amongst us. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, وَاذْكُرُوا نِعْمَةَ اللَّهِ عَلَيْكُمْ. Remind them, remember the favors of Allah upon you, إِذْ كُنْتُمْ أَعْدَاءً, when you were enemies to each other. فَأَلَّفَ بَيْنَ قُلُوبِكُمْ. And Allah bonded between your hearts, your desires, your love for each other. And this ayah was revealed about Aus and Khazraj. They were enemies. They were fighting for so many years. They were killing each other. But upon the coming of Rasulullah to Medina, he was able to unify between them, to bring them together, and he was able to kill all those disputes and fights amongst them. To an extent, they were seeing their own brothers more brotherly than their own blood brothers. Why? Because it is a bond of Islam. It is a bond between two entities. For instance, any of us here will prefer his Muslim brothers to bury him when he dies than his main brothers who are kuffar. Why? Because the ukhuwah, the brotherhood of Islam, is much thicker and harder and more love over even the brotherhood of blood. So we cherish this brotherhood, and we need to do whatever we can to protect this brotherhood that we find ourselves in. Indeed, our brother shouldn't be like a word of mouth, just saying it, oh, he's my brother, hey brother, how are you, sister, how are you? No, we have to put it into practice. We don't just need to talk. It's not a slogan that you say, oh, we are brothers, but in actual sense, we don't practice the brotherhood as Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wanted us to practice it. The Prophet ﷺ said, لا يؤمن أحدكم حتى يحب لأخيه ما يحب لنفسه. Indeed, your iman will never be pure, will never be stronger, unless you love for your brother Muslim what you wish for yourself. You wish to get worldly things, you wish to get money, you wish to get favors, you wish to get strength, you need to wish that same thing for your Muslim brother. It shouldn't be like, oh, you are selfish, you are always thinking about yourself. The service you wish to get it here in this country, you need to also wish it for your brother. When you came here, you know the process you passed through before you became who you are today. And you know your brother now needs similar support, which you were also expecting some time back. So what are you doing to facilitate those stress of your brother for him to also get ease to also facilitate his life as he also lives here? The same thing applies. Once we intend being brothers, it shouldn't be like we just talk we are brothers, we just pretend we are brothers, but in actual sense, we don't do things that shows like we are brothers. Indeed, this bond is greater than whatever bond, being it blood, being it your son, being it, for instance, should your son go astray, leave Islam, or he doesn't pray, will you wish that son to bury you? Or you wish your Muslim brothers to take care of you? You wish your Muslim brothers to take care of you on that same day, on that particular instance that you cannot talk, you cannot do anything. You wish your life belongs to your Muslim brothers so that at least they can give you a hana and bury you instead of giving you to your children or some of your families. Indeed, when the Sahaba al-Muhajirun left Mecca and migrated to Medina, they left their monies, they left their wealth, they left their children, their wives. They went to Medina with nothing. In the wisdom of Rasulullah, he realized he needed to bond between the immigrants and also the indigents of Medina. So he started pairing them. He would take this man and join him with Muhajir and Ansar, a helper and somebody who is also an immigrant. Then he was bonding them together. And the most beautiful thing that he did is bonding between Abdurrahman bin Auf and Sa'd bin Rabi. May Allah be pleased with them. And when he made this bond, Sa'd told Abdurrahman, I am the wealthiest person in Medina here. I have 2 wives. You can take whosoever you wish amongst them, and I will divorce her for you to marry her. These are my monies, these are my wealth. I have this number of camel, I have this number of farm, I have this and that. I'm going to split them into 2. You take half, I maintain half. And Sa'd Abdurrahman bin Auf thanked Sa'd bin Rabi. And he told him, may Allah bless your family, may Allah bless your wealth, but please show me the way to the markets. Then indeed, he showed him the way to the market. He started with nothing. He just needed a place of abode, a place to sleep. That's what he needed. And he got it from his brother, Sa'd bin Rabi. And indeed, after some years, Abdurrahman bin Auf became one of the wealthiest merchants in Al-Madinah Al-Munawwara. Because their brotherhood was not bounded with any worldly things. But had it been me and you, oh, I'm fortunate, I'm now with Sa'd, I'm also going to use some of his cars, I'm also going to marry his wife, I'm also going to own some of his estates. No. Because their brotherhood has nothing to do with worldly things. It's for al-akhirah, for the hereafter. That's why always some of the our greatest scholars, they say, our wife and children, our family, they always remind us of worldly things. I need this and that, I want this and that, your wife, your children, they always need something from you. But our brothers in Islam, they always remind us of what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala Hey brother, tomorrow we have some lectures. Will you be coming? Tomorrow we going to Jummah. Are we meeting there? They always remind of what? Of akhirah. Things that will bring us closer to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Indeed, when the Prophet ﷺ created this bond, it gave the al-muhajirun an ease in life. Why? Because now they have brothers, they have places to sleep, they have food to eat, they have everything which they lost when they left their main country or city. The same thing happened during the Ghazwa, Yarmouk. 3 of the companions got injured and they were in critical situation. And they were all in thirsty and need of water. And later somebody brought water and they started with the first person because he was crying for water. Is there any water? Is there any water? And when they brought him the water, he heard somebody too crying for water. He said, no, take it to my brother. He might die before I finish drinking. They went there. He also heard someone screaming, calling for water. He also told them, take it to my brother. He might die before I finish drinking. And by the time they get to the last person, the 2 of them are gone, and he also died because they reached there lately. Why? Because they don't think selfishly. They think of their brothers. They think of what the bond. That's what Rasulullah said, لا يؤمن أحدكم حتى يحب لأخيه ما يحب لنفسه. Your iman will never be pure. Your iman will never be complete unless you wish for your Muslim brother what you wish for yourself, as these Sahaba Ridwanullahi alayhim did. Indeed, once we are brothers, there are some things we need to keep so that at least it will tighten the bond between us. First of all, we need to love each other for the sake of Allah. Don't be getting closer to a brother because you think he can help you with some worldly things. It should be for the sake of Allah. I love my brother. Why? Because I want to get him closer to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Why? Because I want to support him. Why? Because I want to be of a help to him. Why? Because I want to be in his company so that at least we can learn from each other, we can benefit from each other, we can support each other. The same thing Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, due to the excellence of bonding and brotherhood, when the Prophet ﷺ mentioned a hadith, a group of people, 7 group or category of people, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will shade them in the day of no shade, which is Yawm al-Qiyamah. He said, وَرَجُلَانِ تَحَابَّا فِي اللَّهِ اجْتَمَعَ عَلَيْهِ وَتَفَرَّقَ عَلَيْهِ. And 2 brothers, they bonded in brotherhood because of Allah, for the sake of Allah, not because for the sake of worldly things, not because, oh, this one can give me some work, this one can give me money, this one can do this for me, so when I'm done with him, I leave him. He said, Tahabba fillah. The bonding was for the sake of Allah, for the sake of Islam, for the sake of unity of Islam. وَافْتَرَقَ عَلَيْهِ. And they died, they were brothers. They traveled, they left each other, and they were still brothers. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala promised that those people will be among the 7 groups of categories that Allah will give them shade Yawm al-Qiyamah, inshallah. Indeed, we will benefit a lot from this brotherhood. First, ar-Rahmah, mercy. When I love my brother, whatever touches him, touches me. So whatsoever happens to my brother, being it good or bad, I feel like it's me that is in that situation. Meaning, I have to stay together, I have to stay put, I have to support him, I have to guide him, I have to correct him. That's why in the Hadith Rasulullah said, "Unsur akhaka zaliman aw mazluma." Support your brother if indeed he is going astray by bringing him on board. The same thing, support him if somebody is taking advantage of him. You protect him, you guide him, you give him all the necessary support that he may need from you. The same thing, if we are able to grow our brotherhood, we need to be forgiving. No matter how, once we are together, we may be stamping on each toes. I may offend you, you may offend me, but once it comes, we need to forgive each other. We shouldn't be always thinking and be wishing bad for our brother because why he offended you. We shouldn't be plotting evil against our own brothers. No matter how, even if they offend us, we need to find a solution. We need to forgive and forget. And also, the brotherhood should give us protection. You become your brother's protector. You become your neighbor's protector. You keep on protecting his family in his absence. You keep on protecting his wealth, his money, his car, everything. Had you, for instance, see somebody attacking your neighbor's house or his property, you have to be there for him. You have to support him. You have to give him the emotional support that he may need from you at that time. Indeed, there are a lot of sayings from the scholars in the light of brotherhood. Imam Hassan Basri said, there are some three things that needs to be punctual and needs to be spread among brotherhood. And he said, first, as-salam. We need to spread peace and mercy. When you see your brother, salamu alaikum, even the next 10 minutes he comes back, salamu alaikum. We need to be throwing salam amongst us always. And secondly, he said, make room for him, create space for him. Wherever he comes to a gathering, wherever he comes to the mosque, try get him a space once he's your brother. He came to a neighborhood, you know, he came to your city, he has nowhere to sleep. You need to give him the necessary support, create room for him, to accommodate him, to help him till he also stand on his feet. And also, you pray for him what you wish for yourself. You wish to get money, you wish to get health, you wish to get this and that. You need to wish similar to your Muslim brother. Some of our scholars used to say, the brotherhood between us as Muslims is much thicker than the brotherhood between us and our own brothers. Why? Because this one is for the sake of Allah, and this one came as an accident, and it came automatically. You were born together, it's your brother, whether you like it, he's your brother. But this one is for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So wherever you go in our Muslim community, you will find a whole lot of category of people, black, white, different colors, tall, different natives. We come together. Whereas you go to other worship centers, you find a group of people with the same identity, with the same color, with the same situation. But as we are here, should we be asking of our nationality, our origin? You realize we are all different in together, but only one thing unites us. And we are now brothers because of what? Al-Islam. That's what Allah said. Allah said, إِنَّمَا الْمُؤْمِنُونَ إِخْوَةً فَأَصْلِحُوا بَيْنَ أَخْوَيْكُمْ. Imam Abdullah ibn Mubarak said, the believers are like one body. Whenever an organ is being affected, the rest of the organs are being affected too. So whatever so evil happens to a brother, we all must be in his shoes. We shouldn't be saying, oh, he called it upon himself. Oh, that's what he deserved. Oh, that's what should happen to him. Oh, he should suffer for his mistake. No, we have to be with him, support him emotionally, support him kindly, and try to bring him from that hole to the straight path. Sometimes we need to talk to each other. We need to advise each other. We need to guide each other. We need to support each other. We need to be there for each other. That's what is Islam, or brotherhood in Islam. And also among the things that we do which break brotherhood amongst us, first, enviness. You are together, he now has a car, he now has a passport. Because of that, you cannot you cannot be at peace. You are always thinking, why is my brother now having this and that and me, I don't have it? You start envying him, plotting against him. Those things break the brotherhood among us. So we need to feel happy whenever anybody amongst us gets any favor from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We need to wish him well, and we need to stand for him. The same thing applies to hate. You hate to see him, and he has done nothing to you. Even if he did it, you can reconcile, you can forgive and forget. So once there is no hate, once there is no enviness, no matter how, we can bond well together for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And also, worldly disputes. Sometimes we engage in some disputes which has no benefit to us, and at the end it will end up separating us. We go into dispute because of political issues, political differences. We go into dispute because of ideology difference, psychological difference, a whole lot. Even sometimes because of football, some Muslim brothers are not talking to each other because he insulted my player or my team. The same thing applies with politics and role models. So we need to also forget those things and bond to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to get the favor of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and not to create more evil for our own selves. The same thing applies to us, whenever we are together, we need to visit each other. So that's why in the narration, Prophet ﷺ asked the Sahaba, who amongst you visited a sick person today? And everybody was quiet. Sayyidina Abu Bakr said, Ana ya Rasulallah. Then he went forward to ask, who amongst you accompanied a janaza, a dead body, a dead person to the graveyard? And everybody was quiet. Sayyidina Abu Bakr said, Ah ya Rasulallah. So should the Prophet ﷺ continue to be asking, you realize Sayyidina Abu Bakr will always be on top. That's why he gave a testimony saying, should we place the iman of the whole Medina or the whole Muslim in a scale, and that of Abu Bakr at a different angle, no matter how iman, the belief of Abu Bakr will uplift the iman of the rest of the Sahaba. Why? Because he was always searching for an advantage of worship, an advantage of Islam, an advantage of good deeds to do. Whatever comes within his lane, he will take the advantage of that thing. Whereas we shy away from our responsibility, we shy away from what we are supposed to do. Sayyidina Abu Bakr was there for everybody. No matter what your status, he was with you. Whatsoever your capacity, Sayyidina Abu Bakr will be with you. That's why he spent money in buying slaves and also giving them their free will and freeing them. Whereas some had the money, but they didn't do as Sayyidina Abu Bakr did. So with this, we need to learn from them. You need to also draw a personal chart for yourself. You need to mark yourself. You need to do self-assessment for yourself. You need to mark yourself, oh, today was I able to observe the 5 daily prayers on time in the masjid? You need to be marking yourself. Oh, this week, had I engaged in any nafila fasting? You need to mark yourself. Did I give sadaqah? You need to mark yourself. Did I pray nawafil? You need to mark yourself. What were my mistakes today? Did I insult anybody? Or did I backbeat anybody? You need to be marking yourself. So when you start grading yourself or assessing yourself, you realize for the first time, you might be scoring 10 or 20. As time goes on, you improve on it. And a time will come, you realize you'll be on top always. Because now you know, oh, yesterday I didn't do adhkar al-sabah wal-masa. Tomorrow I have to make sure that I do it. Oh, this week I didn't do any nafila. Oh, this week there was no any qiyamul layl in my life. I need to get back on my toes to do the best. And also you need to bond with good people, good brothers. Not those who be indulging in drug addicts, who be indulging a whole lot of criminality. No, you need to be with good people so you learn from them or they will learn from you. They will call you, let's go to the masjid and pray. They will tell you, oh, let's go and to our brother, he's not well, let's go and see him, let's go and support him, let's go and do that. That's what we need within our brotherhood. عباد الله سنكتفي بهذا وإن شاء الله إلى لقاء قادم بإذن الله سبحانه وتعالى. ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار. اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما صليت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم وبارك اللهم على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما باركت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم في العالمين إنك حميد مجيد. ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار. وآخر دعوانا الحمد لله رب العالمين.